Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for December 2023. Spirit, let's see what's going on for Scorpio this month. Can you believe, whoa, we're almost done? Cards are wanting to fly out. What are you doing? Get over there. Yeah, we're almost at the end of the year, so I'm excited about that because 2023 has been a crazy year, and I'm looking forward to 2024 for many reasons. But speaking of 2024, if you are not on my email list, you want to get on it. You want to get on it because I got all kinds of cool, free, fun stuff coming up that I'll be doing with and for everyone in 2024. I'm probably going to drop some stuff this month. Oh yeah, some New Year's fun stuff coming up. So allthingsnancy.com is my website. If you go over there, it'll prompt you if you want to get on the email list. Do it if you're not on it already. All righty. So let's take a look. Underlying energy, we have the Queen of Cups. Emotional maturity is the theme. I'm not pulling anything out of that right now, but I am looking at this cup that she's holding. Okay, so this cup is really standing out. Like, look at the orange against the blue, right? Really pops because they're opposite color wheel on the color wheel, but there might be something to that. We'll put a pin in that. All right, let's talk about what things are looking like as we move into the month of December, which is where we are now. For you, first up, you have the Strength card, and it's in the reverse. And you also have the World card in the reverse. I'm just looking now quickly. Yeah, because that's two majors right there. As we come into the month, it's like, okay, I have to read these together a little bit backwards. So the World is about cycles, okay? And the World is usually the ending of a cycle, but it's in the reverse, which means either there is a cycle that needs to end or is about to end. But with the Strength card in reverse, I'm feeling like there's this cycle that needs to end, but you don't want it. You don't want it to. And you certainly don't want to be the one to end it. Or you're afraid to. You're afraid to end this. Something is holding you back here. The Queen of Cups is here because you're just holding it together. You're holding it together like, okay, I got my shit together. I'm cool. But inside, it's like, fuck, right? That's kind of how I'm feeling with this. We're going to keep going with the cards and see what comes out in the Oracle cards too. Because don't be afraid. Don't be as scared, okay? Scorpio, don't be as scared because things always come together by the end of the reading, right? You know that if you've been with me. And if you're new, hey, welcome. Welcome to the fun house. Let's take a look now at the cards representing what's happening through the month of December. I'm debating on how to read these. Let's just talk about them and then I might dive a little deeper. Okay, first card up, we have Justice and it's in the reverse. And we have Five of Swords also in the reverse. When Justice comes reversed, it's like, okay, this could be one of two things. I'm going to tell you what came to me first, but there is an alternative. When Justice comes in the reverse, it usually says to me, there is an outcome, which it's not fair. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel equal. It doesn't feel complete, tied off, whatever. I kind of get that with the Five of Swords. But this could also mean that you're waiting on a decision, okay? That could be why you're not wanting to end the cycle. It's less about not wanting to, but it can't end. It can't end. This cycle cannot end until the decision is made. You're in this, and that's why you're just holding it together, right? You know what this cup is like? This cup, I know I'm all over the place as usual, but this cup is making me think of like people have to vote on something, right? So you're the one holding the box. You're holding the little box where people put their ballots in and you're just sitting there and you're holding it. And you're like anticipating what's going to happen as people are putting their ballots in before they can all be counted. That means something to someone in this reading. It might only be one person, but that visual came out. Anyway, aside from that, I'm going back to the Justice card. So it's waiting on something to happen, but with the Five of Swords coming with this, it denotes the tide turning. There is a change here because fives are about change, but with the swords in reverse, it's, I don't want to say this, but I have to. Like, sometimes stuff comes up in readings, I'm like, I don't want to say that. And it's like, no, you're saying it. Okay, fine, I'll say it. So it's like you've this is gonna sound so bad, so take it with a grain of salt. It's like you lost the war, you lost the battle. Maybe things aren't going to turn out exactly as you expected, but you're like, it's like, suck it up, buttercup. It's like, all right, you didn't lose everything, but it kind of feels like you did, right? And you're like, oh, man, seriously? Okay, it's that kind of an energy. I'm going to see what comes out in the oracle cards when we get there. Let's keep going and talk about what the end of December looks like, because it's like, it's feeling like a topsy-turvy waiting game right now. Okay, by the end of December, here are the cards that came out. First, we have the Ace of Swords. It's in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is about truth. And this is about shade. Something either needs to come out or has to come out or has to come to light, because this Ace of Swords in reverse, coupled with the Seven of Swords in reverse, it's like you need to cut through the bullshit. You need to cut through the bullshit. You need to find the truth in the situation. That's what I'm getting from those two cards. It's like intense. Scorpio, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Let's get your oracle cards. We're going to talk about what this is more about. I keep going back. I keep looking at this Queen of Cups with her little orange cup, which is your voting box, right? I know I sound goofy when I talk about that, but seriously, that's what came to mind. It's like she's standing there waiting for people to vote on something. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at the card that came out for our Strength card and World combination. This thing that needs to end where you're like, can't, I don't know, whatever, craziness, right? The card that came out is Sensuality, and it says express your sensuality. What this means is not like sexy sensual. We're not talking about that. Sensuality as in tactile experiences. Someone else had was it this card? Yeah, it was this card, and it was about the senses. That's why we have the Queen of Cups here too, because they go hand in hand. Maybe not hand in hand, but they kind of feed off each other. Okay. The sensuality part is actually less about tactile and more about emotional. All right. As your feelings are coming up and you're starting to feel those physical manifestations from your feelings, that's when it's like, I got to get things in check. It's like when your emotions come to the surface, you know, okay, so we'll just use, this is an easy one. Anger, okay? When you get mad, anybody, well, I'm not saying you, Scorpio. Scorpio never gets mad, right? So, but stay with me. So when you get mad, you know, like the emotion comes and the feeling comes, but it manifests in the physical. That's the sensual part, as in your senses, right? Your face gets flushed, your blood pressure goes up, you clench your fist, right? Okay, that's an anger thing. But then love, you might get flushed, you smile, your heart starts going pitter-pat. You know what I'm saying? As you're trying to work this and navigate this cycle thing that's going on, you're really going to feel it manifesting in the physical. It's like having physical symptoms of an emotional response. Well, that was a lot of words just to get that out, wasn't it? Sure was. Anyway, stay with me, Scorpio. What do we got next? We're looking at our Justice and Five of Swords combination. So this decision that has to be made, you know, the vote gets cast, or it's actually been made and it's like, oh, you got to roll with the punches. Depending on your situation, it'll be one or the other. But the card that came out is Dragonfly. And it says, live life to the fullest. You have to make the best of whatever the outcome is. Bottom line. Do your best. It's in line with the Five of Swords in reverse. It's like, okay, you may not have got what you wanted, but guess what? Do your best with whatever it is. This doesn't feel like a win-win situation. It doesn't feel like a win-loss either. It's more like a win, compromise, put up with it kind of thing. There's a new one you can use. Anyway, so that's what I'm feeling with all of that. The bottom line and the lesson and the advice is go with it. Just go with the flow. Live your best life no matter what is going on around you. I'm saying around you. It's coming back to this Five of Swords, because Five of Swords, the visual is on a battlefield. What's going on around you? Who cares? Doesn't matter. All the shit that's going on, go in here. Think about what's going on here. When you really focus on what's going on internally, you're going to have less of this. These senses exploding and emotion or whatever. That's what happens when you are the Queen of Cups. I like it. I like it. Okay, now let's talk about our Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords combo. This sword of truth, cutting through the bullshit stuff, okay? By the end of the month, this is the kind of energy you're going to be dealing with. And the card that came out is knowledge. And it says, seek knowledge. Well, thanks for that explanation, right? Captain Obvious. The point is, I think that this sort of truth, this thing that comes to light, the stuff that has to be sorted out as part of this whole justice decision thing, on the surface, at first glance, first blush is, oh my God, that's bullshit. I think what you need to do is put the brakes on that and start digging deeper. Don't take things at face value. By the end of the month, do not take things at face value. That's why involve your emotions and senses, right? Keep them in check. No matter what's going on around you, just live your best life and chill. When thing comes up, everything's out in the open, things come to light, however you want to put it, go, okay, I see what's in front of me. Now I have to dig deeper. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. Here's what I want to do though, Scorpio, because I love you so much. We're going to get you a card for January. Did this for some of the signs, most of them actually, but let's just take a little wee peek as where January is headed. Okay, where's January headed? Three of Wands. Yes, yes, I love that for two reasons. For those of you who don't know, in the tarot, doesn't matter what deck, in the tarot, Three of Wands is my favorite card. So I always love when it shows up, especially upright. This is your ships coming in. What is it you put out to the universe? It's what's coming back. That's why you have to live life to the fullest. In December, if you are sitting in the poop soup and you are all depressed and you're bitching and complaining or whatever, guess what's going to come to you in January? Wah, wah, lunch bag letdown. If you go, fuck everything, I'm going to have a good time, I'm going to enjoy my life, I'm not going to worry about the outcome will be good once we get into January. But it's so emotionally charged. Why am I thinking it was like this in November for you as well, Scorpio? Why am I thinking it was emotionally charged as well? That's right, Queen of Cups. She's emotionally charged. The situation is emotionally charged. She's keeping everything in check. She's on it. And she is you. So this is pretty cool. I like this, but like I said, things look like, depending on how you play it out, and it's all about your actions and reactions, emotions, all of that stuff. If you play your cards right, things can turn out really well in January, but it's all about keeping it together. So I know you can do it, Scorpio. I know it. You have the power. And you have the power to get on my email list if you're not on it. So We're going to leave it there. Good luck with everything this month, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.